what was the biggest the biggest obstacle that you encountered during the last 2 years? And looking in the future, what is your next goal for the next year regarding Ariel?
Yeah, well, I think my answer is going to be pretty expected. Last year was obviously, the pandemic was a very challenging time, I think, for a lot of people and a lot of companies for different reasons.
Of course.
But yeah, I'll just tell you like a quick story. We were, we're in our office in San Francisco, and I have friends in Italy, and I have family in France. Like my grandparents actually live in Paris, and so I've been going like since I was a little kid, and I had been getting messages like about what was happening in Europe, and I thought, my gosh, like our government wasn't even acknowledging that COVID was a thing, and no one really understood it, and it was just like a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt. But I knew at some point, like in January, I was like, gosh, this is turning into something really bad. My friends in France and Italy, they can't even leave their house. So, once March came around, we were about March, I think it was like halfway through March, our office closed. And within a week, they were a French company that had co-working space as part of, this really beautiful space that they rented out. And they just said, look, like based on what's happening in France and other parts of the world, like we don't think this is a good idea to continue doing this. So we're like month to month, and we're just gonna, close the space. So 1 week into the pandemic, we didn't even have an office anymore. And then
how did you manage that change?
Yeah, so I mean, good thing that software has come a long way, and bandwidth, of course. So, we're able to do even things like this right now with pretty high resolution video. So, using different tools like Slack and Google Hangouts and Zoom, Telegram, and iMessage, like pretty much a whole mix of different products. But, it's not easy to, there's a funny thing that someone sent me halfway through the pandemic. It was like, it's not that difficult to do work from home, but figuring out what to work on and what to focus on is actually really hard.
That's true. I also experienced that thing, and I can confirm it's true.
Yeah, and I think especially if you're a young company and you're constantly iterating and listening to what's happening in the market, and you obviously want to be successful, right? So you're thinking of all the ways that you can, build a better product, build a better experience. And so yeah, that was definitely a challenge, right? Because I was at Microsoft before, and Ari was at Facebook, and when you're in these very, very large companies, everything is pretty well defined for the most part. So it probably wouldn't have been as hard to do that in a large company. As a startup, it's definitely challenging.